So, have you noticed something kind of weird in your analytics lately? Maybe your rankings look solid, your impressions are even going up, but your clicks, they just seem to be dropping off a cliff. Well, let's get into it because you're definitely not imagining things. This is the new world of search, and we're going to figure out how to survive it. And this is the heart of the problem, what people are calling the AI overview paradox. I mean, look at this. It's the perfect picture, right? Your impressions are through the roof, probably because your awesome content is feeding Google's new AI answers. But that visibility isn't turning into traffic. So it feels like you're winning the battle for eyeballs, but totally losing the war for actual visitors to your site. Okay, so we get the paradox. But just how big of a deal is this, really? Let's put some hard numbers on the table so we can see exactly what we're up against before we start talking about how to fight back. Wow, just look at that number. A 34.5% drop in clicks for the #1 spot. Just think about that for a second. You did everything right, you clawed your way to the very top, only to have more than a third of your traffic just evaporate, all because an AI summary answered the user's question before they ever got to you. And if you thought that last number was bad, check out what's happening on mobile. A mind-blowing 75% of searches are ending with 0 clicks when an AI overview shows up. The user just gets their little answer snippet and bam, they're gone. This is a huge, huge shift in how people behave, especially if your audience is mostly on their phones. So let's translate this into the language everyone understands. Money. A single high-value page that takes a 35% traffic hit, that could easily mean over $15,000 in lost revenue. And that's per month. Suddenly, this isn't just some abstract SEO problem, is it? It's a direct shot at the bottom line. Okay, but it's not all doom and gloom because not every search is getting hit the same way. This chart breaks down the risk really well. If you're writing a ton of informational or comparison content, the how-to guides or the best X versus Y articles, then yeah, you're in the danger zone. But look, searches for products, local businesses, or your specific brand, they're way less affected, at least for now. This is your first clue for diagnosing where your own site might be vulnerable. All right, enough about the problem. Let's talk about what we're going to do about it, because we are not helpless here. It's time to open up the toolkit. We've got 7 specific levers you can start pulling to fight back and get that traffic flowing again. And here they are, your new playbook for the AI era. These are your 7 core strategies. You've got some technical stuff in here like schema amplification, which is basically just helping Google's AI really understand your content. Then there are bigger strategic moves like intent pivot, where you start targeting questions that AI can't just spit out a simple answer to. But for right now, we're going to zoom in on what might be the most important one to get right first: snippet ownership. So let's really dig into this idea of snippet ownership. You have to kind of rewire your brain for this one. The goal isn't just to rank #1 anymore. The new goal is to be the definitive source that the AI actually chooses to quote. It's about writing for the robot as much as you're writing for the person. Okay, so this is how a lot of us write, right? It's a perfectly fine introductory sentence. But to an AI, this is just fluff. It's not a direct answer. It's conversational filler, and the algorithm is just going to skip right past it, looking for a hard fact it can use. Now, look at this. See the difference? It's a direct, confident, data-packed statement that answers a question right away. It's structured, it's specific, and it's right in that 40 to 80 word sweet spot for getting quoted. This right here is how you win at snippet ownership. Knowing what to do is one thing, but actually doing it all can feel pretty overwhelming. You can't just flip a switch. So let's break it down into a practical, step-by-step game plan that you can actually manage. This 4-phase plan makes it all doable. See? You start with the quick wins, the low-hanging fruit, like going back and rewriting your content for snippet ownership. Then you move into the heavier technical work with your schema. After that, you start making those bigger shifts in your content strategy, and finally, you focus on the long-term game of building authority. It's a roadmap to take you from playing defense to playing offense. So, since the game is changing, the way we keep score has to change too. If you keep staring at the same old metrics, you're going to be completely blind to what's really happening. It is time for a brand new scorecard. So forget obsessing over your average position. The new scorecard is all about metrics like AI citation share. Like, what percentage of the time are you the one being quoted in an AI overview? Or brand search lift. Are people seeing your name in an AI answer and then searching for you directly? It's a huge shift from just counting clicks to actually measuring your influence. And here's what that looks like in the real world. Your new mission is to own the AI conversation in your space. You need to be tracking how often you're cited versus your competitors, and then you need to set some aggressive goals to grow that share. Because let's be honest, if you're not being cited, you're pretty much invisible. And that brings us to the new reality of search. The choice we all have to make is actually incredibly simple and incredibly stark. It really boils down to this: you either adapt or you risk just fading away. I think this quote really nails it. Clicks are changing, not disappearing. This is not the end of SEO, not at all. It's more like a reshuffling. The traffic is being redistributed to the people who are strategic, who structure their content correctly, and who give the best, most direct answers. The clicks are still out there, they're just going to different places now. So that leaves us all with one final question to really chew on. In this new AI-powered world, is your content the source, the one with the definitive answer? Or is it just another source floating in a giant sea of information? Because the answer to that question is going to decide your entire future in search.